Well, you don't get down with rap?
Somewhere in there I have an old Salt and Pepper CD.
What do you do, Carl?
Carl is a inventor/entrepreneur.
Yeah. I'm still looking for that home run, you know? I mean, when I saw the iPod the first time, I was like, man, I could have kicked myself.
That was so hard on him.
What I want to talk to you today about is intellectual property.
I'm Keith Wilson, and I'm publisher of the Kingsport Times News, and I want to thank and welcome everybody for coming today.
Probably the number one mistake, and Chris is going to talk about this more in depth in a few minutes, is IP, intellectual property. We've all heard the horror stories about inventors. Everybody has a good idea. Sending that into the big company, I think the famous one was the monkey wrench, the guy who sent that into Sears. I've had clients who sent things into most of the Fortune 500 without either getting a non-disclosure agreement signed or filing a patent application ahead of time.
Triad is a family-owned business. Our father started it with a few other investors in 1984.
Our corporate office is in Bristol, Tennessee. Our company is a corrugated packaging facility, but we do far more than just make the boxes or the packaging that you need.
I see, looking around, that you have the Terry's Classic Party Pack box. You also do a lot of work for Food City, our favorite product, the Food City 6-pack. Which is always good, the mix and match.
The reason that we wanted to come to the Innovation Expo is that we find that when companies are starting up their businesses, that we can play a big role, not only in their packaging, but in helping them to get their product to market. We can help them really think about their marketing and their packaging and how it's going to affect selling their products. So we thought this is a great opportunity for us to partner up with some new companies and be a part of getting their product to market. We'd like to see them succeed, and it shows our success, so that's why we wanted to be here.
Their investments tend to be larger, though. Might be a few $100,000 or a several $100,000 to several $1 million investments. And then I want to tell you that if your business gets to growth stage, you're going to perhaps need multiple rounds of investments. And so that's typical in the case of venture capital.
We're members of the Northeast Tennessee Tech Council. Here, our purpose is to support the use of technology in the region for economic development. And we are partnering here today with the Regional Alliance for Economic Development, supporting entrepreneurs in their goal of growing their business, showing them how they can use technology, best practices to grow their business in the region.
Here with Brian Hollett at the Innovation Expo. Brian, what do you do with biofuels?
What we do with biofuels, I actually manufacture biodiesel. We take raw soybean oil and turn it into what you call biodiesel, which is a clean burning fuel. It's 78% cleaner than regular petroleum. And then we'll sell it to companies like the Eastman or the mining industry, things like that.
Do you find that technology is on the upswing in Northeast Tennessee, and is that a boon that people are moving towards?
Absolutely. I would say as more and more businesses embrace the use of technology and understand the use of technology in business, they're able to have economic advantage, improving the bottom line, and that's what the Tech Council is all about.
Where is your plant located?
We're located in Hawkins County in Phipps Bend Industrial Park.
Hi, I'm Chris Haig. I'm here because I was invited to be a speaker, and the business plan that we've come up with for our firm was something that was attractive. And I think in particular applies to a community like this because we are taking concepts from people who are not necessarily affiliated with large companies. Some of them are, but most of them not. And we're helping them through the process. What we've said we like to do is we feel like we want to be on the same side of the table as the inventor. And so our business plan is to not charge our legal fees in lieu of being a part of the process down the road. And what we say is we don't make money until you make money, which is our slogan. But what that means is we're not going to charge legal fees. I'm a patent attorney, but I'm not going to charge you a dime for being your patent attorney. If I believe in your product, I want to work with you through it to some kind of profitable stage. And that's when, after people start making money, then we say, okay, we want a piece of the action there. How long have you been in business?
We've been in business about a year. We're just now, we've got the plant completed. We're producing and we're selling. One of our first customers was Eastman. They use around 650,000 gallons a year. So that was a pretty good first customer.
And I remember a conversation that I was privy to maybe 30 years ago when I first got in the newspaper business from a publisher in a small town in Indiana. And he was at a Chamber of Commerce event, as we've all been, and he was being berated. I mean, the guy was just telling him where to go and what for and et cetera about some story or something that was written in the newspaper that day, and he went on about this is wrong and that's wrong and something's wrong, et cetera, and he finally said, you really just don't care about your community at all. And Mr. Brown, who was the publisher at that time, stepped back and said, whoa, stop right there. He said, you can tell me I'm wrong on the idea, you can tell me that you disagree, you can tell me this, but don't ever tell me that I don't care about my community, because I'm the only newspaper in the world who cares about the community, because I'm the only one who makes my living here. And that's kind of what finally began to dawn on me about doing a conference like this. I work with the economic development for Sullivan County Networks, it's called, and this newspaper and our company succeeds only to the degree that this community succeeds and this county succeeds and this region succeeds. And we believe fundamentally and know fundamentally as part of economic development that 80% of the growth of this community is going to come from the people who are right here in this region. We're only going to be successful about 20% of the jobs we bring in, and 20% of the things that are created are going to come from outside this region, and 80% of them are going to come from people like yourself sitting here in this room who have an idea and have the encouragement and the support and the help of your friends, your networks, and the people in this region to help you grow and become successful as business people. It's fundamental to our business, and I submit it's fundamental to everybody's business that we root for our own hometown here, and that's one of the reasons the Kingsport Times News is part of this today.